I'm sitting here with Atte Kniivilä. How do you pronounce your name?
Kniivilä.
Kniivilä. Okay. And you are joining here today from the company Yonoton, and you are the CRO or the sales manager of this company. We have just had you over here for a seminar at our local hotel and to chat with you a little bit about what's happening in the business. So, what has kind of changed in the self service industry lately?
Well, it kind of depends what's the time frame, but obviously there are more channels now than there used to be. So self-service kiosks, they've been around for a couple of years, but and also the like web shops and applications have been around for a couple of years. But I think now the thing is with the customers that the customers want to have some customers want to have some, and some other customers want to have something else. And now companies are struggling to provide everything for just a single store. So I think that has changed. So now it's omni-channel, and that brings up a couple of challenges for the kitchen management, for example, because now you have 3-4 systems that are shooting tickets to the kitchen, and it would be really nice if you had everything combined and automated, and not just individual tickets for all the customers' orders.
I kind of agree with this. The bombardment of incoming orders from all kinds of platforms can be overwhelming. Do you feel that there's a trend going on? Can we see that the trend is more moving in one direction than other?
I mean, the trend is set by the market, and actually COVID kind of hard to say this, but kind of helped companies like us and brought a lack of resources to the kitchen and to the staffing in general. So now the trend is self-service, and so basically, I would say the trend is set by the reality rather than anything else, and the reality is that it's hard to get staff, and self-service means being it kiosk or whatever. They don't quit on you, and they don't have sick leave, so it's really good for the entrepreneurs.
I absolutely agree with you on this one. We are kind of making the trends ourselves, the people who are using the solutions. If we go to benefits of Yonoton, what benefits does Yonoton provide in comparison to competitors?
Well, obviously, the biggest benefit would be that we have the sales channels, being it the traditional point of sale, but also all the self-service models, being it self-service kiosk, application, web shop, and everything is fully integrated without any project work. Also, the kitchen management system is fully integrated to the system without any project work. So that's obviously the biggest advantage over the competition. But obviously, since we are kind of young and innovative company, we try to be on the top of the line of the newest trends and technologies. So, for example, right now, I think like a really big trend seems to be that payment terminals are going to be extinct in a couple of years, and we are on that journey already with Yonoton. So we have implemented several different payment service providers to our system that provide terminal-less payments, and that's obviously good for the merchants because there's less hardware to maintain, and thus less costs. And it's actually pretty cool for the consumers as well, because you can have fairly fancy payment methods if somebody gets excited about payments other than us two, but that's also one point to make.
Yeah, everything is basically on the fly or on the go, so people have multiple platforms to order, pay, and just simultaneously get services. We can also see from the vendors themselves that when they open up the benefits of having pre-ordered food, the the convenience of the user kind of makes them want to do it again. So we can now do more in a shorter period of time, serve more customers than before.
That's true, yeah, and there are two kind of sides of that. So one is for the merchant, so it keeps the kitchen efficient because then you can predict how many burgers you need to do in certain time, and all the channels are integrated to same artificial intelligence to monitor that. So that's one side. But on the other side, the consumers, they like to have benefits as well. And if you're a loyal customer of a merchant and you have a loyalty card, for example, you would like to use that loyalty card on any media you want to make the order from. So being it regular point of sale, kiosk, application, web shop, you want to be you as an individual and collect your points or stamps or whatever coupons and points. And it's two-sided question basically. The consumer itself should be in the center of all this, and we should serve the consumer as good as possible on all the medias. But then on the other hand, it's also the merchant that wants to have like a single source of truth in the kitchen and not play around with 4 different systems shooting up tickets to the kitchen.
So one of the things I have been struggling for people who want to go into self-service is that time from decision. Okay, I want self-service, but it's going to take you a lot of time to integrate everything and get everything up and running. What I've seen so far from your end, it's going to be quick.
Yeah, we are a software as a service platform. So that means basically you put your products in or you integrate it from a third-party system and off you go. I think that the biggest time consuming thing is there's 2 things, sourcing hardware and the other thing is to get the payments rolling from the payment service provider. But we don't want to be the blocker, so we want to outsource the blocks to the sourcing or for the payments.
So basically we are saying that in 6 to 8 weeks from your decision you can be up and running with self-service.
Oh yeah, easily.
How did Yonoton end up in Iceland, and do you think you're a perfect fit for the Icelandic market?
Yeah, I think I should blame you guys for this. So basically, we were headhunted to be here, and I'm glad for that. Well, Icelandic market has obviously its uniqueness, being a kind of unique place itself. But so far, I haven't spotted anything that we couldn't fulfill here. So I think our market fit is just perfect. And Iceland is being unique in many ways. One unique thing is that there are very few Icelandic people, but lots of tourists, and tourists like to pay with different kinds of payment methods than the local people over here. So we need to give the tourists and the visitors many ways to pay and to order, because they're probably used to it in their home countries.
So basically we are kind of benefiting for the groundbreaking work that you have done in Scandinavia with all kinds of customers there. Can you tell us a little bit about your Scandinavian customer portfolio?
Sure, yeah. So basically our portfolio is kind of diverse. We have lots of workplace cafeteria customers, lots of fast food, fast casual food. We have lots of theme parks and attractions. The theme parks and attractions in our world are still food and beverage, so we don't do the ticketing part that heavily. It's mostly just food and beverage what we do there, and in theme parks that's very fast food as well. Our biggest customers would be Sodexo. Sodexo is one of the biggest worldwide restaurant chains, French-based. And then we are serving very big theme parks such as Dyreparken in Norway, which is the largest one in Norway. So basically we have the largest theme park in Norway. We also have the largest restaurant in Norway. So even though being from Finland, somehow we have ended up being very big in Norway.
So talking about ending up in collaboration with both end users, companies, etc. You have recently started working with a company called Zoint. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Zoint. Let's go back a little bit in time. And when I joined the company 4 years ago, I realized that our reporting wasn't that good, and there was 2 ways to fix it. One is do it ourselves, or then do it with somebody. I found out about Zoint roughly 4 years ago, and I knew one of their owners, and we got together and discussed how we should proceed. And then I saw the product of Zoint, and it's rather good. So we basically just dropped all our wrenches and said that, okay, you can do the reporting and business intelligence for us, and we don't even try to do it because you do it such a good job with it. So far, so good. We've been working together for a couple of years now, and we have shared offices and so forth. So we're closely together.
So building your own reports is a breeze. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, basically Zoin gets several different data sources depending on the customer, and then combines everything to a data lake, so to say, and then Zoin is the tool to pick the data from that lake to different reports, which can be easily done by anyone who's working with the company. So it's kind of like drag and drop to a report, and off you go. So even I can do it.
If you can do it, I can do it. So I think that is concluded our interview with Atte. I thank you very much for coming to Iceland, and very nice to have you. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Thank you.